Good morning, good morning, good morning, and happy Monday. And what a beautiful Monday it is. This is the day that the Lord has made. We're rejoicing and we're glad in it. And we're really rejoicing. I mean, this is the first morning that it has been really cool. I mean, for a solid month. But guess what? We're in the last day of July. Can you believe it? Almost a brand new month. And it has flown by. I'm walking with my friend Claudia. We do this on a regular basis, but this is walking 1K with Gigi. I told you, by the time that you hear me, you will have had the opportunity to get at least, I know, at least 1,000 steps. Even if you have to walk in place in your house, around your house. Now, this morning is a good morning. You could get out and really walk because it is really nice. And wouldn't you agree with me, Miss
Yes.
Claudia? I'm telling you,
Yes.
because we've been talking about sometimes you walk out the house, it's like you walking straight into an oven, but it has been great. I hope you had a great weekend, a good weekend, and getting ready to start out with a good one this week. Well, I want to share something today because at our church, we watched a great movie yesterday called A Question of Faith. And sometimes there's some situations that come up that, your faith is really challenged. And for me, there was one theme in this movie that really touched me, and that is forgiveness. Sometimes it's hard to forgive people when something really, I tell you, tragic has happened against you or against your family. Because this was a story about a pastor of a church, and his son was tragically killed by a teenager that was texting and driving. And I tell you, it was some hard parts in this movie. It was a lot of diversity, and it involved people that were discriminatory. And see, when things happen like this, it doesn't just affect the two people, but it affects everybody around them. And but the thing that stood out to me was how this pastor and his family was able to forgive. And I'm not going to tell you everything because this is a movie you can go to YouTube or whatever and see it. But what struck me was the forgiveness part. And it reminded me of a poem that Mother Teresa wrote. And even her first line talks about the importance of forgiving. So my gem nugget today is forgive anyway. Let me share this poem by Mother Teresa. It says, people are often unreasonable, illogical, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of selfish or ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win some false friends and some true enemies. Good morning.
Good morning.
Succeed anyway. If you are honest and frank, people may cheat you. Be honest and frank anyway. What you spend years building, someone could destroy overnight. Build anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, they may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today, people will often forget tomorrow. Do good anyway. Give the world the best you have, and it may never be enough. Give the world the best you got anyway. You see, in the final analysis, it is between you and your God. It was never between you and them anyway. Oh my goodness. That was from Mother Teresa. And so there's some things in life we just have to do anyway. And I tell you, there was some parts of this movie I said, I don't know if I would have been able to forgive. I'm just being honest. Even a person, a pastor. But we have to realize, and one of the people was commenting at the end, that pastors and leaders, they're human too. Because at first, This pastor was angry at God. And somebody said, well, you said, no, this was real. This was real. And I suggest everybody watch that movie, A Question of Faith. But when it comes down to it, sometimes we have to forgive. Not sometimes. We have to forgive anyway, because the forgiveness actually is not for the other person. It's really for you. That was a scripture that I just ran across. I hadn't even thought about it before. A friend of mine shared it before. But it says in Matthew 5:23-24, therefore, if thou bring the gift to the altar, and there remembrance that thy brother has aught against you, listen to that, leave there thy gift before the altar, go thy way first, and be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer your gift. You can't even be blessed unless you first forgive. Even, get this, even if it wasn't you that did the wrong, but the person did the wrong to you. Isn't that something? Oh, I'm telling you, that's not really easy to do. But that's what Jesus said we need to do. Well, we always also know Jesus always said, forgive others, because if you don't forgive them, he won't forgive you, you know. So, and even Jesus did it himself. Even when he was on the cross, he said, forgive them, for they know not what they do. So, that's all I'm saying today. Forgive anyway. Forgive anyway, okay? So, you have a blessed week. I know, let me see, I've got about 7 minutes, so I know you've gotten at least 1,000 steps if you were walking with me. So you have a blessed day, and don't forget that when it comes to doing good, when it comes to forgiving, when it comes to doing the right thing, do it anyway. Be blessed. Bye.